Well, Commander Munchlax, are you ready for battle?
Don't worry, Steve. We've got this.
We sure do, Munchlax. We sure do. G'day, battlers, and today we're doing some Commander Cup battles up against Stumpy 2517, and we're doing something a little bit interesting. So basically, we're going to do 5 battles, and in each of the 5 battles, we're each going to use one of the commanders, and we've kind of divvied it up so that we each have 5 of the commanders. So jumping straight in, we've got Commander Munchlax going in up against Stumpy's Commander Shifty. So this is a kind of okay matchup for us. It's a little bit neutral. Body Slam clearly does a lot, as you can see, but Shifty's going to get to its charge moves fairly fast and pack on a fair bit of damage. Now, I do want to say now, if you haven't already seen my Commander Cup Meta Simplified infographic, you can click up there to kind of see that, to kind of get an idea about how all of these matchups are going to go. But we're burning the first shield here on the Leaf Blade from Shifty, and then hoping that we can get to another Body Slam, which we can do. Stumpy's charging up a lot of energy on that Shifty though, so we do have to be a little bit scared. He does shield that Body Slam, and at this point, he's probably we're just going to let Munchlax go, because there's not really any use to keeping him around, because he's not going to be able to get to another Body Slam before Shifty can get to another charge move, so we'd really be shooting ourselves in the foot a little bit. Now we're going to do something a little bit risky here. We're going to bring in the Hypno. I actually miscounted how much energy he had because of the extra snarls that he snuck through, so we thought that we could kind of sneak out of there before a charge move came through, but we couldn't. So we go 2 Confusions, throw the Ice Punch to try and force a decision on Stumpy's part, either burning the shield or not. And I should also probably mention that this Hypno moveset wasn't exactly planned. I just kind of picked one of my Hypnos, and it happened to be a Focus Blast Ice Punch one, which is a really bad moveset for this cup. You really need Shadow Ball, just because of all of the ghosts and psychics that are running around. You really want that Shadow Ball, and there's Frostlass getting to it, taking out Hypno, and here is Cradelia, and Cradelia is just not going to be able to take out Frostlass with a shield still on Frostlass' side, so I don't think this Avalanche is actually going to quite take us out. No, we still survive it, but yeah, it's GG, so we didn't go for a charge move. Let us go, and that is GG's on game 1. So going into game 2, trying out a different 2 commanders, and we have Alolan Muk up against Noctowl. We've actually got our commander hiding in the back a little bit, Escavalier. Commander Escavalier is going to be our man. Alolan Muk versus Noctowl is another kind of neutrally sort of matchup. So there's a lot of kind of neutral matchups in this cup, which is really interesting. It really means there's going to be a lot of opportunity for sort of not necessarily rock, paper, scissors. So you might be able to escape from a lot of different matchups by using one of these safe swap Pokemon. Now we swapped into Escavalier here because it's not a bad matchup up against Noctowl, and we have double fighter. We have Toxicroak as well in the back. So we're actually going to let Escavalier go here. Sacrifice the Escavalier. Thank you, Commander. And we're going to bring in Toxicroak to finish the job. I was actually on stream with Stumpy at the time on his live stream over on Twitch. I'll have a link to his Twitch in the description below. But he was kind of saying that he was a little bit worried about the fighting action. So I was like, I reckon Toxicroak's worth saving here. So we go for the first Mud Bomb on Alolan Raichu. We do get the first shield there, and then we're just hoping to get to another Mud Bomb, which we do just get to. He's a CMP tie, so we're going to have to burn a shield here to get this off. Burn the shield, throw the Mud Bomb. I guess I don't know if we hope we get a shield or not. Kind of both ways are beneficial to us, I suppose. Do get both shields. So he's 2 shields down now. Toxicroak is almost down, and we realized that we weren't going to be able to get to another Mud Bomb. So we swapped out of there to try and limit how much energy that Alolan Raichu could get. And we get hit by a Wild Charge, which is a little bit rough, because now this Toxicroak, who's on fairly low health, has to take out this entire Muk as well as taking out the Alolan Raichu. And I don't think I have enough health. I think I'm going to get snarled down here, unfortunately. Let's go for the first Mud Bomb, and charge move coming through. We're going to shield it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to counter down that Muk to get a Mud Bomb off onto Alolan Raichu in time. And yeah, 1 HP and a dream. If that little bit of health on Muk was gone, we would have been able to get that Mud Bomb off, although Alolan Raichu might have won CMP. And going to game 3, we have Empoleon up against the Steelix, which is a great commander matchup. And for some reason, we swap into Gengar. I think I was just like, oh, it's a Psychic type. We may as well use Gengar and keep Empoleon for that Steelix matchup. But yeah, confusion really hurts. So I probably shouldn't have done that. But Commander Empoleon's going to come back in, go for another Waterfall. We potentially could have taken Claydol out with just Waterfalls without a charge move coming through. But it is what it is. We basically traded it for a shield, but we've just burn a shield. So yeah, this is a bit rough, but we're still going anyway. And what is going to come back in? Probably not the Steelix, whatever else is hiding in the back. Oh, it's a Venusaur. Okay, we're going to go straight for the Blizzard. This Empoleon, I have not changed its moves since Drill Peck came out, so it is relying on Blizzard here. We really need to get this off to be able to stand a chance, and it lands! It lands on the Venusaur. He was absolutely not expecting the Blizzard. Drill Peck would not have taken out the Venusaur, so we really didn't need the shield, and just for good measure, we catch the charge move onto Venusaur. Is just a crunch, and yeah, that is GG's. If it turned out that it was a drill peck. We did a little bit of damage to Venusaur. They correctly didn't shield. We would have still had to take a shield out on Stumpy's end with this Venusaur while taking out the Steelix and the Venusaur. But yeah, it went really well for us there. So we are up. We're down 1-2. We're now going Commander Bronzong up against Commander Jellicent, and that is not a good matchup at all. So we swap into our trusty Skuntank, and we do actually get the crunch off. I was expecting Stumpy to swap out there, but hey, I'm happy about it. Land the thingy. And at the time, I was like, oh, I think this is going to be an Icy Wind, forgetting that the debuff move was Bubble Beam, not Icy Wind, but doesn't matter, we actually get hit by an Ice Beam. And here comes Delphox, who is a Pokemon I had no idea what moves this thing has. I was really happy that I got a Crunch off before going down, because it just meant that we can put some pressure onto that thing, because it's got the Psychic typing as well, so that probably would have taken Delphox out. It's really forcing the shield, but I don't really have a great option here. I'm actually going to use Commander Bronzong as a bit of a soak up Delphox's energy, because I know that Bronzong has a bad matchup in the back. I know that Jellicent is really going to take this thing out, whereas Alolan Raichu is going to have a really good matchup up against Jellicent. So we burn a little bit of energy on the Bronzong, swap into Alolan Raichu here. Actually, did we burn a shield on Bronzong? I feel like we might have. But Alolan Raichu here, burn the shield on the second Flame Charge. One more Volt Switch takes out Delphox, and we have a little bit of energy here, so we'll see what comes in. And we're seeing the quick swap from Jellicent into Hypno. I did overtap there, so it is what it is. We go for the Wild Charge. I should have charged up more energy, knowing that Hypno is dry, but we get the 2 Wild Charges off here. We're really low at this point. We definitely made a pretty big mistake here. We should have farmed up more energy, at least so we could go for the back-to-back, because now 2 Bubbles is going to take out Alolan Raichu here. Bronzong's going to come back in, and we have not changed our moves to have Payback, which, yeah. It's unfortunately a GG's. A Shadow Ball is going to come through here, and he's going to take out Bronzong. So Stumpy's up 3-1. I've only got one commander to change the tide here, and that is Commander Alolan Marowak up against Commander Poliwrath, which I originally thought was a pretty bad matchup, but the more that I thought about it, I was like, actually, this is kind of okay, because no matter what charge move this Poliwrath is throwing right now, there was no way he got up to a Hydro Pump, and it's just a Power Up Punch, so it doesn't matter too much. Obviously, he has Bubble, which is a bit of a spicy moveset and isn't great for Marowak. But it does mean that he's not going to do his charge moves. I guess charge moves would have been preferred for Alolan Marowak here as opposed to Bubble. But he's going to keep powering up his Bubbles, doing more and more damage. We're going to go for the Bone Club here, burning a shield, which is awesome. Get the correct shield bait. At this point, I'm kind of like, I'm wondering if Alolan Marowak can actually win this thing. So get hit by Power Punches. The Bubbles are doing a fair bit here. I thought that I could get to one more Bone Club. That is not the case. So at this point, I'm kind of like, I could probably just let this go down, because I've got old trusty non-Shadow Victory Bell in the back, as Shadows are banned in this cup. Swaps out of the Poliwrath into Alolan Muck, so we're able to swap into Dugong. This is another one of those kind of neutral matchups. Both Victory Bell and Dugong are really annoying Pokemon, so I decided to just go, hey Stumpy, you like this, huh? But we're going for the Icy Wind now. By the way, this chair is really creaky. It's a different one than I'm usually using. Should probably change it over at some point. But we go for the Icy Wind. Gonna see a charge move come through. I did actually forget to mention that I didn't shield the first charge move from Muck, which was a pretty big mistake on my part, because that's, if I'm gonna burn a shield later, I may as well burn the shields on the one that haven't been Icy Wind debuffed. Pretty silly on my part. But anyway, we are where we are. Here comes the Gengar. So we swap into Victory Bell thinking, okay, we really need to put a lot of pressure onto this Gengar, and I know that the Poliwrath is in the back, so we're gonna burn the shield here, because I think even a Shadow Punch would probably take us out. Let's burn the shield, hoping we can raise Leaf down. Actually, we went for the charge move, so I'm assuming that we're going to see the last shield come out of Stumpy here. There's the last shield. No more shields. We just have to try and raise Leaf down this Gengar, and then raise Leaf down the Poliwrath. Not going to happen though. Gengar holding on to the Sliver. So Dugong's going to come in, has to get a little bit of energy on the Gengar so we can get to an Icy Wind onto Poliwrath. One Ice Shard, and we get hit by a charge move. Just hoping this doesn't take us out. It doesn't take us out. We survive. One more Ice Shard. Oh, and we get taken out. Yeah, that is GG's. Poliwrath had more health than I remembered him to. But yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one for all of the Commander Cup content coming soon. If you haven't already, again, check out that meta simplified infographic for the Commander Cup. It's linked right here. So yeah, check that out. And let me know what commander you're kind of liking the most, so I can kind of get an idea of what I should be covering going forward in the next couple of weeks. Still need to lay out my content plans for the Commander Cup, but expect a fair bit of content, because there is a lot to cover here. So yeah, do hit that subscribe button for all of that, and I'll see you in the next one.